So most golfers feel that when they're playing well, they stand over the ball, put a decent swing on it, and can get the ball at target, generate their normal speed, and we see there on TrackMan for me, 82 mile an hour, just under 108 ball speed, 147 carry. But there's that little voice inside your head, isn't there, saying, I should be hitting my club further than I am. So then you get over the golf ball, put all that effort in, and it's just not as good. That one was a little quicker, wasn't a great strike, and actually ended up, even though it got back to target, not going quite as far. So today's video, I'm going to show you how we're going to generate some effortless power to pick up some speed and hit the ball further, but by putting less effort into the golf swing. Now, I would say for most golfers, if they just swing the club quite freely around their body, they generate some really, really good speed. But the effort that goes in is because they're trying to hit the golf ball hard. And the first thing that's starting to do is it's putting tension into the golf swing, shortening that swing, giving us missed hits, actually slowing that club down. So I think a great little drill to try and get that effortless power is try and make sure on the way back we make a nice big shoulder turn. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to get those shoulders turning, but you're going to also allow that trail leg just to straighten a little bit. So we've got a much bigger turn. So we're going to create width and distance in the golf swing. And then on the way down, I want you to feel like you're going to throw the club down the range. Now, obviously, I'm not going to let go of this because I'll get through my clubs quite quickly. But that nice big turn, and then really feel like you're going to throw the club. And where it's a very different concept for golfers is it's taking the emphasis from there and making the target down there, which is obviously where the target is. And I think even if on that practice swing, you can hear the difference in the speed, and yet it doesn't really feel like I'm putting a lot into that golf swing. So do that first of all, and feel like I'm maybe not going to throw it as far as I could, but I'm going to feel like I'm going to throw the club down that range. So definitely felt different. We see a jump to nearly 87 mile an hour, 113 ball speed, out the middle of the club, and suddenly 157. So that's a big pickup when that really felt like I put nothing into that golf swing, and yet you can hear the difference in that speed. So do that again, practice swing, big turn, and feel like you throw the club. And it just feels so easy. Again, nearly 87 mile an hour, 115 ball speed, again a solid strike, and again 157. So I know a lot of people will comment on my videos and say, surely you should be hitting the ball further than that. I don't disagree, but it's trying to generate that speed, but keeping everything nice and relaxed. And that's why we talk about it being effortless power, isn't it? Now, definitely I know for me, the backswing part, definitely don't make a big enough turn sometimes. So I'm trying to really let things go a little bit more on the way back. Give that club just a split second longer to accelerate through the bottom. But again, I'm going to really feel like I throw the club down the range. That one fell lovely. So a little bit quicker at 87.2, nearly 120 ball speed, low point ahead, and 166. So we can see almost picking up 20 yards, so it's 2 clubs difference. But the biggest thing for most golfers when they start swinging a little bit quicker is they say quick is lack of control. Not necessarily a big believer in that. I do think sometimes when we're quicker, we lose a little bit of awareness as to what's going on. But that's where maybe you start not at throwing it as far as you can, but just feel like you're throwing it in that direction rather than down there at the golf ball. But the more you practice swinging quickly, the more used to that you get. And then it's very easy when you put that ball in there. Even if you do miss hit a few, you've got to keep going with it if you're going to improve. So what were we, 87.2. Let's see if I can get even more out of that. Didn't feel quite as good a strike. Wasn't quite as quick. But again, it's still quicker. Just stayed out to the right a little bit, but still 160 carry. And it's really tough. You know, when you're practicing and you're doing something new, don't let the odd miss hit put you off. Keep working on what you need to do. And if you can stand up there, make that big turn, and then feel like you're going to throw the club as far as you can down the range, you absolutely will start generating more speed. Quickest one today at nearly 88 mile an hour, just a tiny bit thin, but even that miss hit getting out there 162 yards. So remember, effort in the golf swing is only ever there because you're trying to hit that golf ball, either try to hit it harder, try to make the ball go further, but if you really focus on making the movement as good as you can, and the throw in the club exercise is fantastic, takes the focus from down there, gets you more towards the target, and this is how you're going to have effortless power for more distance than ever before.